Good morning, Twitterverse. What's happening, everyone? Bam, 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 bam. What's up, Brad? Let me get some of that high energy. So today, Brad has decided to become Bumblebee, and he just doesn't talk anymore. He just
I just talk
random radio chat.
talks to the radio. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I bet you I can get through a whole fucking show.
You literally just did that. You just did that on the day shift on John's show and interrupted the entire show by just like being like, "Baby, come back."
I know, but I lack patience, and that was boring as fuck. Nothing against John, but it was against John.
Discipline.
It was boring as fuck. Yeah, sorry, John.
You lack discipline.
Yeah, I do. But it is what it is. Hey, you genius! Nice.
You genius already coined a name for him. He hasn't even stepped up to the mic yet or told us anything about him.
I know.
He's already saying
I like him, and I respect him more for not following me. Because honestly, like I just fuck shit up.
That's a smart decision.
You not follow me. I'm dead serious.
I wish I could block Brad, but then it wouldn't let us co-host a space together.
Factual facts. Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why we're not blocked.
Yeah.
Mutually.
Except the time I blocked you and kicked you out of all the group chats that were in.
Yeah, fun story. Brad was trying to prove a point to me that it doesn't kick you out of a space if you block each other. So he blocked me and kicked me out of all the group chats that we were in together, including all the music patch conversations that have nothing to do with you, Brad. And you were a guest in that room. I invited you in there.
What?
No, you invited me in.
Yeah.
You think that's why? No, but like I didn't get kicked out of the night shift, which is weird.
Because I'm not in any of those group chats. I kicked myself out of those ones.
Perfect. So had you been in the night shift, I would have been kicked out of all that, and I would have lost like all the correspondence with my family.
Facts. Yes.
Bro, you are a jerkity jerk. You should really think about the consequences of your actions before you do things, bro.
There's no fun in that.
Expert advice from Christiano to Brad. Think for a second before you do things.
True, I agree with this. However, unless you are me, do as you will. Do as you will, unless you are me. That's where I'm going with that.
Brad, so yeah. I love your new title. How it's like the letters and everything, but I think you need to change the D and Brad red as well. So it says Bad Music NFTs. And the R is bad. It's B-A-D.
I might actually do that. I might just do that.
You should do that.
Don't tempt me.
I'm not tempting you.
Yeah. So who is our special guests this evening?
Our special guests this evening, we have Abel and Eugene. Who wants to come up first? They're both here.
Yeah, we got to give them a co-host position.
Market professionalism. I mean, I started the stream 10 minutes late, so we're all late, but we're all on time.
Yeah. Because why?
Yeah, Wizard is never late, Harry.
Oh, okay.
Was that Bumblebee or was that you?
No. That was the last place.
As Gandalf says, the wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Yes. Everything happens.
What's happening?
Oh, just having the best day ever. Somebody sent me a wrong text, and now I'm totally messing with them.
I love that.
I got one of those too. I feel like they're spamming me.
But do you know them? And they just
no. So it's like I'll just go through this whole thing. This is amazing. Hi, David. I'm sorry to disturb you. My car is broken. Do you have time to come and fix it now?
Oh God, how far along are you? Let's play with this.
Oh, I'm pretty far. This is great. Nah, I'm at home drinking. You don't want me fixing your car while drunk. Them. What? Aren't you David from the auto repair shop? Me. Yeah, that's me. You got me on my day off. The only thing I'm working on is back and a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos.
They're probably freaking out. They're like, I actually got a mechanic.
What?
They're probably trying to spam you, but then they're freaking out because they're like, "Oh my God, I actually got a mechanic."
Oh, probably. This is. You don't sound like David. I'm sorry, I entered the wrong number. I'm sorry to disturb you, and that's when you know it's a scam, right?
Yeah, it's like, hey, real quick, what was your mother's middle name? What was it?
Yeah,
but Eugene, you became the scammer. That was a legit.
Yeah. What was your
number?
What was your first pet again? Hey, I forgot. What was the name of your first pet again? Or the street you grew up on? We used to talk about it all the time. Back on what
yeah, back on Sycamore Street when we lived in Springfield.
With my mother, whose middle name is Johnson.
Absolutely. I love
Yo, that
this.
would be
It's
fun.
like,
Just give them fake. Just automatically just cut to the chase and be like, listen, I'm busy, and just give them like fake credentials, though, fake middle name, fake like pet's name, fake street name, and then they'll go away because they'll think they got the information they wanted.
oh, this gets so much better. Can I?
Oh my God,
Can I
keep
read
going,
it?
sorry.
All right. You don't sound like David. I'm sorry, I entered the wrong number. I'm sorry to disturb you. Me, you got day off, David. If you want professional, David, talk to me when I'm at the shop.
Wait.
Are you towing your car in tomorrow? Them. I don't think you're in New York. So they're a 724 number. So when I think you're in Pittsburgh, the wrong number. But it could be the right number. Chicka bow wow.
No.
Oh my God.
They're like, should I call you? Me, David.
Hold on a second, though. The part where it goes, you don't sound like David. You're just texting them, right?
Yeah, like there's
How
no
the
audio.
fuck do you sound like
day
David
off.
if you're just texting? What the
You
fuck?
don't sound like David.
You don't sound like David. But
You don't sound like David.
You don't sound
Dude,
like
what does David sound like?
David
I need to know. I
sounds
took
like
his
a-
body, and I need to
He's
know.
a heavy texter, and he stutters in his text.
Like, this is
Every
the demon currently possessing
Every
David's
third
body.
word's got a double consonant.
Tell me how David acts so I can blend it out.
He puts
Tourette's. Body snatcher?
He's got Tourette's. Oh, fuck. Lord help us.
David has Tourette's. You didn't type any curse words randomly yet. David has cerebral palsy. He usually doesn't type this well. There's like a lot of typing. I broke Brad with cerebral palsy. Off to a great start. We've got a cerebral palsy joke in the first 5 minutes of the show, guys.
Woo-hoo!
New high score.
I'm already sweating her. Whoa! All right.
Eugene, is that the current? Is that where you are currently with the text?
Yeah. He's trying to figure out who I am and where I am.
Okay.
No, I might end up sending him like a dick pic later. Who knows?
Well, hey,
amazing.
You can do a text dick pic, in meaning like do a short word, then do like a long sentence, and then another little short word, and it'll be two balls and a dick.
Or you just send him pictures of Richard Nixon? It's a dick pic. Just keep sending him pictures of Richard Nixon, and he's like, "What is that?" And be like, "Dick pics."
Yeah, here.
Or a Northwest Redwood.
Or Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy.
Just a rooster.
Oh God. You do like hey.
How about Andy Dick? A bunch of Andy Dick pictures.
You do hey, and then
Like
you do
creepy, scraggly Andy Dick.
Hey, do you want to know a fun fact about my last name?
Please.
Cap'n is the Spanish word for big black rooster. So every photo I send of myself is a cockpit.
A big black cockpit.
Yep.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad that you everyone here can see your big black cockpit on your PFP.
Eugene, I dick texted you. It's a dick text. Not my actual.
So what
dick.
Brad does is he sends a small, short text and a long text and a short text. Not to be confused with dictation.
Yeah. So now you dictation.
Did you dictate the dick text?
I did not.
You should. You should be like, pow. Hey man,
Fuck
what's
Alexi,
up?
why didn't you fucking remind me?
Are you yelling at Alexa?
She needs reprogramming. Oh, ice cream.
Abel, why don't you introduce yourself as well and come say hi? Join the conversation, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
On that note, I wanted to give you a good spot to jump in on the dick.
Abel's like, what did I disagree to?
Around. I mean, it's funny because I was thinking, expert advice, like this will be funny. And I was like, one thing that I think is expert advice is test it out on your friends, which it seems like you guys do really well. So
yes.
Actually,
yes, we do.
We don't test shit, just run with it.
Brad is more like you know how they test stuff on animals?
Yeah.
I'm more like that kind of testing on Brad.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's funny because the show like naturally sways back and forth like a pendulum between insanity and like amazing advice. Because some like the most brilliant people are crazy and funny and all the same things, and it's just like it ends up working.
That's true, and that's why I'm the most geniuses in here.
The most biggest geniuses. So why don't you guys both take turns telling us a bit about your projects, and that's what's fun about the show is like we book two guests at the same time because that's all the Calendly allows us to do. But like, it doesn't allow us to book one guest at a time. But then it ends up being fun because you have like people from different spaces coming and sharing their knowledge and seeing where it overlaps, and it's kind of like a 3M. How they, they have different.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? How they normally do, it's like one guest at a time. If we could just like keep it between both guests, you know what I mean? Just go
That's
like
what
back and forth. So one's not
like
sitting for like forever.
That's what I'm saying. I want to develop a kind of format like that where we can like informally, like one guest interviews the next guest and vice versa.
Oh, like, we just let the
guys interview each other all together.
Yeah.
So if I say, "Oh yeah, I've been making music for 20 years," now Eugene, that's your cue, and you say something to respond back to that relative.
I've been XR evangelist for 8 years, talking about the road to the metaverse on all kinds of stages.
Nice. We're definitely going to get into some intelligent metaverse talk. That's kind of where I excel a bit. And Abel,
we might end up getting music to the metaverse as a result of this conversation, which is great.
Absolutely. And Abel, are you always this enthusiastic? I can tell in your voice.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pumped, man. Like,
there we go. Now I feel it.
Only around you, Brad.
Gotcha. Fantastic. Just checking. I don't want you to like pass out comatose style, and like knock your head off the desk kind of thing.
And Amazing Chimps, did you want to have
something it up right now with my right arm? I'm kind of like holding it up, and I got my hand across my one eye, so I sort of like this is the benefit of spaces is you can show up like however. I haven't even told you what I'm wearing today.
I knew that was his next sentence. I fucking knew it.
Pikachu onesie.
Pikachu onesie.
Now, I might change to that, but
the hood,
some version of 90s Pikachu.
Oh God, Lord help us.
With Air Force Ones over with the feetsies and the Air Force Ones on top.
That's a perfect date outfit.
Yeah,
the perfect what?
Date outfit. That's like a first date outfit. That's how you set the tone of the relationship.
Test the water, correctly.
Sorry, just
better know you rep hard.
Before we really dive into this show here, we got Amazing Chimps with his hand up.
Yeah, what's happening, bro?
And it is a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while. And so, what's going down, bud?
Hello. I'm so glad I jumped into the space. The Holy Trinity, Christiano, Brad, Eugene.
Stan the man.
What's good?
What's going on, man?
Good, brother.
I actually need some expert advice.
Okay, we're just going to get through that's usually how we start the show. Intro thing, and then we're going to go right to you.
But I'm the guest, so I feel like I should get expert advice first.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, for sure. And Cristiano, are you going to co-host at least one of them?
But I mean, if this is, good advice, can I have it too? I'm just asking.
No, you have to block your ears, and then we edit the tape for individuals.
This advice might be helpful for all of us if we're space hosts.
Okay, you're space host. No, not us. We're hosts.
Brad, you've been a space host in other spaces, and Eugene has been a space host in other spaces.
Are you saying hosts?
Are you saying
I prefer Space Ghost.
Hosts. Hose or hosts?
Hosts.
I mean, you guys are definitely some space.
I think he called me a hoe.
Wait, hold on. Let me just.
Did he just call me a hoe? I think he called me a hoe.
Does anybody know how to schedule a second space event if you already scheduled one?
It's impossible because you can't be in two places at once unless you're Brad.
Well, it's 2 different days. Why is Twitter being such a pain?
Well, you don't want to be bogart on the spaces.
Well, it's because Twitter Spaces is still in beta.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I'll get back to you on that because we have to find out what the next update's going to be. The next update might be like, hey, multiple spaces, dedicated tab that's like readable.
Gotcha. So, I remember a comment from the way the Northerners were describing the Southerners. And I remember my teacher saying this comment, you can't get there from here. And
can't get there from here.
You guys are definitely telling me I can't get there from here.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple people that are monitoring spaces and they come in and they listen to our feedback and they hold spaces and they We do some development meetings and stuff like live, like, on Spaces. So there's been like, I keep track of all of those, and there's some really cool updates in the pipeline, and they really are listening to our feedback, and they come in and they ask us, and they're like, what should we do with this? What should we do with that? So like, yeah. And if Twitter knows what it's doing right now, if it knows what's good for them, they'll put a lot of energy into Spaces and a lot of money into the development of Spaces, because this is like the biggest product they've had since Vine. So
let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Who is this Brandon guy everyone keeps cheering for? I think he's going to win for president.
Yeah, he should.
He should. So on that note, yeah, so that's that expert advice. So who wants to go first and tell their life story? Who's feeling the most, like, energetic?
Well, I kind of want to update with
You don't get to tell your life story.
I know, but I want to update with Eugene on the text message.
Okay. They're asking where I'm from, and I'll tell you what. Why don't we, as a group, decide what I tell this person next?
Where is Eugene from?
Exactly
is he from Milwaukee?
Where am I from, guys?
Is he from Vancouver? Is he from Florida?
Well, no, he already has been
Angeles?
identified in a American area code. Didn't he say you were from Pittsburgh? He outed you out in Pittsburgh?
I outed them in Pittsburgh because the number that they have, and they said, I don't think you're in New York. So do I double down and say I'm in New York, or do I say I'm in Pittsburgh where their numbers originally?
Say you live in New York, but then say, like, allude and make them like work for it, but that you live underground. That you live like deep in an underground tunnel under New York City.
Yeah, and if they question your area code, just say you're in Area 51. Okay, go.
That's what I mean. Like, just be like, I live in New York, and then be like, what part of town? It's like, oh, I don't know, because it's like it's dark down here.
Area 51 in New York. Area 51 in New York. Yeah.
I live in Area 51. I live in the deep underground military base underneath New York.
Yeah, there you go.
That's where I live.
If it gets that far.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Frank Rizzo.
You eventually allude that you're like an alien captive, and that they're talking to ET, and they get freaked out, and then you send them a picture of yourself, and it's like a picture of a slimy alien face. And they're like,
like Frank Rizzo, who called the mining company, wanted to mine dilithium crystals underneath his building in New Manhattan. That was fucking funny.
Dilithium crystals.
Yeah,
if you get the right person, the right scammer.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It was good.
It's gullible enough. You could probably convince them to like get on the spaceship.
So,
would you like to know what the official answer now is?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm from the Nevada desert originally. I don't know what this has to do with servicing your vehicle. How's your warranty?
The Nevada desert. You're from Area 51. I escaped long ago.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's kind of get some things back on track.
Okay.
Alex had her hand up. I don't know if she's gonna derail this, but
then I want to get to Abel's story.
And then we want to get Abel's story. Yeah.
No, what I was gonna say is, why don't you guys make it more exciting? So you guys
more
came up with New York. So you guys could pick Zimbabwe or Nigeria, or I don't know, Samoa.
Those phone numbers would require like +011 something, and this person dialed into UG. So
you should say I'm a Nigerian prince, and can you give me your bank account number and start scamming them?
No.
Oh, you should totally do the number. Have you guys seen the Beavis and Butthead movie?
Allegedly.
Which one?
You can say your name is Cornholio and you're looking for TP for your bung.
TP for your bunghole. That would end
too
fast.
So here in the office, we were kicking around this really funny premise. So I'm really, really good at the game Overwatch. And I thought about getting a brand new account and then just putting a phone number as my username, but make sure that I was one of those pay per minute ones, and then just troll everybody to the point where they would want to call the number.
God,
and then you get paid.
Genius.
That's kind of brilliant. It's like a troll hotline, and then the thing is like that.
And then $1.99 a minute.
On the line. Your call is very important to us. Like, your angry voicemail is very important to us. If you'd like to continue to leave an angry voicemail, please continue to hold. And then they're paying for every minute.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how long can you keep them on the line?
Oh, shit.
I love it. You'd have to like give the money to charity. I'm all about that stuff, but it's like trolling for good.
Just
find a way to like take trolling, and then like that money goes to like, like victims of bullying. That'd be so perfect. Be like, I'm taking your anger and translating it into money for victims of bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So on that note, we just created a charity here on Expert Advice episode 10. I will be creating that as a 501c3 tomorrow. Just
Nice.
saying.
Okay. Abel,
Bullies against bullying.
Abel, my man.
Abel, tell us a little bit about your long sordid history, because you gave us like the abridged cool guy version, where it's like you say it as little as possible. So I was telling Bradley, the coolest guy, said as little as possible.
Start with Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
That's a new rule. Just came up with just now.
Well, once upon a time in a land far, far, far away, I grew up listening to K-Rock and the Love Line, and it was a way, way better version of whatever is going on here.
Dr. Drew. Yo, me too, K-Rock.
Yeah.
We were going for more of an Opie and Anthony thing over here, Abel. You're probably the only one who actually gets that reference. No one ever gets it when I say it.
Hey. I got it.
Jerky Boys, 5.7 or something.
Yes.
5.7. That we're taking that.
Because we're in.
So I did a lot of growing up between now and then. But yeah, I mean, it's always like radio's always been something that I'm interested in. It's just like fascinating. Listening to people just talk about whatever they're talking about. For some reason, it's freaking fascinating to me. And I don't know, I guess I've been just fascinated with audio in general, like in many, many different cases along my life. I actually kind of grew up, I would say, like what people would consider early. I moved out of the house at like 15. I decided I wasn't going to finish high school, and instead I was going to go play music and work. And I had like, ideas about how the world works, and I didn't really believe what people were telling me.
Wow.
So yeah, that's been my path. I started that a long time ago.
So when you were 15 and you left the house, where did you go to? Like, where did you go to work?
I started working washing dishes in a restaurant that was like on this like downtown mall. So it's pretty funny because one of my friends, he was the dishwasher there, and he played bass, and he's like a little bit older than me. So when I was like 14, he was like, "Hey, can you cover my shift?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like I know how to wash dishes." So I just went in. And he showed me how to do it. And he was like, "All right, I got to go play." I was like, "Cool." And so then I did that like a couple times. And then like one night the manager came by and was like, "Who the hell are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm Abel. I'm Chuck's friend. I'm just sitting in." And he was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Yeah, And
but pulled a Kramer.
Is that a Kramer move? Yeah, I basically swiped that job. He moved up. I got the dishwashing job, and that's, I was like, oh wow, like this is how the world works.
Yeah, you just show up at places and say you work there until they put you on payroll.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, kind of, right?
That's how I got a job with Hype Williams, cinematographer. I told him I could assistant camera, and I'd never assistant camera anywhere outside of film school. And I was like, yeah, I've done that before. And the first day, he just put me through my paces, dude. He like ran me around like a creep because he found out. He realized I was lying to him, and it was like my first shoot.
Yeah.
And he just was like, I'm gonna break this fucking boy, and he's not gonna come back. And then I came back every day, and I'm working with him for 10 years now.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you like go outside of your limits just a little bit, like every time, that's cool. If you're a total like jackass and you're like, yeah, I can do whatever, and like, but to be honest, like the person who hired you is got to be a even more jackass if they believe that anyway. So it's it's kind of like that. Like
exactly.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by jackasses.
You grew up in Mexico?
Oh no, I'm in Canada.
Well, Abel, it's kind of like they want to believe that believe that you're like, the one that's faking it till they make it because they actually got the potential, and not the one that's just like faking it and never gonna make it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I just think that like what if you can stick with it, that's huge. You know, like the fact that if you can like show up and continue to do something that's like stands out from my point of view in this, you know, situations, like many situations, so much, you know, like.
So true. And anything in life, like I tell people, if you want to be successful in anything, just do it every day and find a thing that you love to do, and then it'll be easier to do every day because you can just like get after it and you won't notice. Next thing you know, like right now we're at episode 10, but I love doing this. So next thing you know, I'm gonna blink and we're gonna be like episode 60, and I'm like, wow, or like episode 100, and we're gonna be like, holy shit! Remember when we were celebrating double digits? Like, you know, today we're celebrating double digits, like, but we're gonna be celebrating triple digits before we know it. It's only 3 months from now.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's crazy.
I've been dressing for success, so I walk around in a tuxedo. So I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong.
Everywhere he goes, Brad takes a shower in a tuxedo, so you never know when they're gonna be needed.
Hey, Brad, why do you sound like you're underwater?
Because I am.
Yes, he is. So Abel, after you went from, you know, from there, you said, how did you get into music from like dishwashing?
I was, you know, dishwashing is kind of like turntables, you know, it's like wax on. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I grew up in a musical family, so I've always known about music, and I had a lot of musical friends. So that sort of led me towards thinking, okay, like I want to be in a band. You know, I was writing a lot of poetry. I started with doing like spoken word and poetry kind of stuff. And I would like sit in with bands and be like, all right, now play that beat, you know, the most like badass beat that the band could play, like they would play. And I would do like my spoken word. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to make my own music. So I got with another dishwasher to order me a drum machine, like after we went through it and stuff. And like we used to like listen to like a lot of records while we were working and stuff and talk a lot of music. And he already programmed music and knew how to use eBay, which sounds weird today. You know, he ordered me a drum machine and it came and it was the wrong drum machine, but he was like, oh wait, this one might be better. And it was, and I kept it. And the guy who sent it was like, yeah, cool, I don't care. And that basically started my whole music career from there. I just like did it every day. I was so into it. It was like ridiculous. Like I heard that bass and I was just like, fuck, dude, I'm hooked.
You were saying the one you got that had like the 808 bass in it, right?
Yeah, I got a MC 303, which has like an 808, 909.
And 909.
Yeah, 303, like the TB. Oh, like it was like roll. You know, let me throw all this stuff in there in the 90, you know, I think it was like 93
but it was packed into like a pretty good form factor. Like that's a relatively small device for 93. Like,
yeah, I could like put that in a backpack and show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could actually carry it.
Yeah, it was cool. And then it expanded from there. Like I actually, a family member passed away and he was into like industrial music and programming, and I inherited like a sampler and stuff from him, and I put all that. So I learned how to use like some more gear after that. But that main thing was like my deal for like 3 years.
Dope. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I had a 4-track cassette tape, and that thing was my jam for like making demos when I was like 10, 11. It's nonstop, you know. And it's funny because like the things you are gonna end up doing, you'll find a way to do it even if the technology's not there. You know what I mean? That's why like a lot of 90s kids, like our technology that we used back then are like the things we were into back then is like what we're doing now. Like I know grown ass people that still build Legos like nonstop, you know.
Yeah, I feel like minting NFTs is like my, you know, like I get to relive my childhood in some way. It's like making CDs, like burning custom CDs.
Yes, that is what it's like. Straight up. I was gonna compare it to like I used to have a Pog maker. I had a custom Pog maker. And when I tell you I was the G of elementary school, like I would walk in and be like, what up? You want butts? I would sell Pogs with butts and boobs. I would get Maxim magazines and stuff. I would get Playboys. Dude, I'd steal my dad's Playboys and you slide the magazine into the Pog maker and you stamp it. And it would make a Pog out of whatever and it would destroy the magazine, right? So my dad comes out and he's like, why do all my pornos like they're all censored? They have circles out of all the body parts. And so it's like if you looked at the pornography, there's nothing there. It's like I made him safe for work porn. And in school, I had a black market of pornographic pogs, and yeah, it was my business name. I think it was pornographic pogs. No, but I was selling like pornographic pogs, like bikinis, and there was a market. I was getting full lunches. Like kids were going hungry. I was sitting there. I was like, all of your lunch, the whole thing for one boob pog, because you couldn't buy those anywhere. So
that's amazing.
That's kind of me minting NFTs right now. That's great. Like the custom pog maker was dangerous, man. Destroyed all my magazines in the house, though. Like personal pictures, destroyed a bunch of personal photos. Like would make pogs of people. Actually, I don't know if you guys know, but the Pog company is actually working on an NFT project right now. No joke.
Not surprised.
Joke.
Not surprised at all.
Right? Isn't that G? Kind of perfect. Well, because I only know because I was like, oh my God, we should do Pogs. Because when my brain connected that this is the same thing, I was like, because I was trying to explain it to someone. I was like, you ever play Pogs? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, like there was like rare ones. You had the slammers and they had the utility, like, and like they were like, I used Pogs to explain like, tokens and like staking and utility and stuff like that. And they were like, oh my God, I understand it now. It's like, yeah, because you understand what it was like to like quest after a little piece of cardboard that was essentially valueless, but to you it was so valuable. You were willing to trade real food and you were like doing someone's homework for a week to get that Pog, or Pokemon cards for some people.
Yeah, but can you actually play like the Pog game? Maybe there's like a virtual environment where
I think they're just doing like the collectible.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I think they're just doing the collectible nature of it, but it might be a Pog. I think they're probably going to put out like a video game or something. I think I'll look at the website, but I think they said something about that. So.
Eugene, what happened to your voice?
He was carpeting.
Was that what that was?
Am I cutting out?
Mm-hmm.
No,
you were like, a little bit.
Just for a sec.
Yeah. Pog.
That's a little bit better.
Oh, is my voice all messed up?
Yeah. It sounds like you're hanging out with Timberland. It's like a little synthesizer.
So their website is actually great. It says it's pogdigital.com. That has the Pog logo, and it says Pog, player-owned gaming. And I was like, damn, good job, guys. They're gonna like pretend that was their thing the whole time, but like still.
How about now?
I guess it was, right?
Cool.
Sounds good now.
Wait, does anybody really actually own Pog? Is that a
company? Yeah, it's a company for licensed in 1994.
All right. I didn't realize it was like actually a company.
That's what's so crazy. They're the Kleenex of cardboard slammy games. They have like total brands, or Band-Aid. They're like the brand affiliates. Like people don't say like adhesive strip. They're like Band-Aid, right?
Yeah, but were there other Pog? I thought like
everyone just called other companies Pogs. Okay. You know what I mean? But there was like the Pog company itself that started the game. Kind of brilliant. It's just Tiddlywinks. They just took Tiddlywinks and made it like awesome and cool. It's the same thing. It's like marbles. So but yeah, Pogs is like doing a whole thing. So Abel, so then from getting your MPC, you went to making beats and building beats from there?
Yeah, it was a MC303, not like a because the MPC, more of like a what a lot of people use those now still. I never had one of those. But yeah, I basically went to making beats, making my own CDs, putting out my own music. I then what did I do? I freaking put out a record. I put out a vinyl record. I then moved to New York and started like working in studios and doing like some internship and also like remodeling and building and installing studios for other producers. So I got to learn a lot about the music industry that way. And it was actually pretty unhealthy. Like, it was, I was working in studios, like big studios right on 42nd Street and like Times Square and like great artists and big names and shit, like all the pop music, but the lifestyle and the stress and the management was just, it was toxic,
Yeah.
To say the least. So I got an opportunity. A friend of mine opened a studio in Virginia, and he was like, "Hey, can you come and help finish it?" And so I moved down there to do that, and basically moved into that studio as like a head engineer, and started it's called Monkey Claws Studios, and it was a huge collective, like over 100 musicians contributed to building this studio over 2 years. Yeah, and it was like it's like a temple. It's all like carved out and like
That's dope.
really ridiculous.
Where
Like,
did you say it was?
in Virginia, like way out in the country.
That's
So yeah, we did a bunch of like indie records, like in the early like 2005 to 2010. A bunch of bands from like Brooklyn and like Williamsburg and that whole scene, and Portland.
That's when I was living in Brooklyn, the hipster scene of 2008 to 2010. That whole time period.
Like TV on the radio and stuff. Like
repairing pools and all that stuff.
I produced a record with my good friend who plays bass in Modest Mouse.
Nice.
It's just a really fun time. It was like, who
I
wants
to fucking love that, man. Modest Mouse was a great show.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Lead singer was always drunk as a skunk.
Yeah, but I think he's got to be the way he's does his music. Sadly, but everybody grows up and it's like I still have a lot of friends from then, but not everybody's doing music the same way. I went into making music for film because that was where I found a huge appreciation for what I create. So that was kind of like where, and then basically from there gone into NFTs. So that's the quick, I guess, segment of my journey.
And what was it about NFTs that kind of drew you?
Like it's the first time that like I've ever been able to like distribute art and monetize it and make a living from it with my friends who are visual artists. And so I do a ton of like collaboration work with really bomb, visual artists. Like a lot of one-on-one stuff. I've had drops with collabs on like Super Rare and Nifty Gateway and all the platforms at this point. And so coming into this, it was just like, oh shit, like we get to do this, like, and it just started changing people's lives, and like it's where it's at, for me.
Well, that's dope because it's like those communities hang together anyway, and then it's like just being able to work with your friends when you never used to get to work with them because you're in two like so close yet so far industries, like visual arts and audio arts.
Well, we work together, but it would be like, here's this commercial company that wants to, hire you to do this thing, and then it's like, like vanilla washed, through the
it's like throwing each other gigs and stuff like that. But like actually being able to like really collaborate on a world together is so freaking cool,
So that's what I'm doing at this point, is creating those worlds. Like I have like a bunch of really cool projects like that going that are, have a whole like they're. And it can grow into such crazy places like the metaverse, like it's just like, if you have an idea or a dream, it's like you can basically represent it in some fashion and, display it in this community, this new, technology.
And find people who like really get it, and like you don't have to explain it like longer than 30 seconds. Like, no, I'm already building something like this, and you're like,
when you were looking at music NFTs and stuff, and you're checking out different places to do them, do you ever come across the Wax blockchain?
Yeah, I mean, I've come across basically a lot of blockchains, but like what happened for me was, it's about my community who can support me, and like I don't really know anybody who's like Wax heavy, like, we're gonna like support you and your art on Wax, it's
right,
because they're all collecting on Ethereum from years and years already, and so I'm like, well, how I want to be a part of that. So
right, no, I get that.
Yeah,
but there is a huge community, a music community on the Wax blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to meet them. I just like, they're not. I mean, if they're not in this space, then like they're just not. It's like I feel like it's like water and magnets, because like I just do my thing, and if it's like all the wax wants to attract to me, like cool. But like I'm like an Ethereum crystal, I guess, because that's what seems to be natural and easy for me.
Do you like Polygon, Abel?
Yeah.
Do I like it? It's good in the morning.
It's good in the morning. That's good.
I've got a couple Polygon NFTs. Like I bought some, and I have a lot of friends that do music on Polygon. And I was finally able to like figure out how to bridge and all of this stuff and get one off of like Mint Songs. OpenSea is cool. Like it's allowed me to do that. But I have to say, like, I've got like this one NFT that's a boombox, and I can load up my other NFTs in it. And this is the type of technology that I'm really into,
Yeah.
And I can't, and it only recognizes Ethereum, like not Polygon Ethereum, but just
Gotcha.
yeah. So that's why it's difficult,
Yeah.
But it would be up to that founder to like fork that project onto a different, like they could put that on Solana, they could put that on everything else. They could put it on everything that runs an EVM technically. So it's like on them. And like if you in the community make a big enough fuss, you could be like, yo, let's get this on everything, like port it,
Yeah. Is there another marketplace on Polygon other than OpenSeas?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
if anyone knows.
Mint Songs is a great music platform.
Okay, I have seen that, but it's.
And then what about like visual? Like, do you guys know of any way? Because I have a bunch of NFTs that I didn't know it until I was in Spatial, and then I was looking through like stuff I could put up, and I had like 6 NFTs that people would just be dropping me, and I haven't been able to see them because like MetaMask is a bitch to like import them to your wallet. So does anyone know of any cool places where you can actually like see your Polygon wallet NFTs?
Should
Polygon have an app or something, like an app wallet?
Good idea.
Polygon is just another chain that you connect to make transactions with your MetaMask, and your Polygon NFTs should show right up in whatever MetaMask you use to purchase them, whatever address that is. If it's the same wallet that you use to collect all your other NFTs, they should appear there.
They should. There's a process that I have to do right now. I have to add them by the contract address and the token ID, each like one by one. So it's only 6 right now.
So that's probably an ERC20. So
yeah.
Okay, so that's a coin. So that's something you also need. I don't really know much about that, but I do know.
I mean, I did it. I went through the process and added them. It's just like I was asking anyone if like the new one, because like it's as I collect more. Those are the 6 I got passively. So it's like as I actively start collecting, I'm gonna quickly get like 200. I'm not gonna like ever have time to like upload them all. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if anyone knows of like one, or maybe this is just like a thing that's not built yet, but like,
Showtime is a good app to view your NFTs from different
Showtime.
places. Yeah, Showtime is a good app. Yeah.
Yeah, because any DEX like that's worth its salt that does NFTs should be able to show me, right?
Huh.
Like FTX or something like that.
Cool. Well, that's friggin' amazing, man. And I myself being in the music NFTs and stuff, when I was looking into it, the Wax blockchain stood out as the most user friendly, most cost effective, carbon neutral. Not killing the environment and all that good stuff. So that's why I went there. Deadmau5 was the first music NFT on there, so I figured, yeah, this is where I'd want to be, right? Warner Brother Music's on there. Sublime Sounds is on there. Yoshi's on there. Kings of Leon is on there too. Yeah. So yeah, big music NFT community, but it was meant for NFT gaming because PlayStation and Atari and Mattel and Marvel and all of them are on there too. But and you can get those people that are millions. There's I think 9 million people on that blockchain. So with proper marketing, right? You can.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why those
impact.
That's why those bigger names, work on whatever blockchain. And like when I came in a year ago or so, like watching music NFTs, Nifty Gateway was making a big push toward snatching up all the names and all the EDM artists that wanted to do drops. I mean, I think they even did one with Kings of Leon that like did horrible. It was like on the cover of Rolling Stone as like, is this a good idea for music? Example, because they didn't understand that you need a community. Like EDM community is already connected. A lot of people don't realize this, but like for me, I come from making visuals for music industry, right? So I've done visuals for Dave Matthews, who what's his name? Enrique Iglesias, like all these dudes, right? All these girls, like Miranda Lambert, fucking Jason Aldean, like, and it's with all my friends, like that are all these big ass artists now in NFTs because they're bomb art. They make crazy art.
Right.
And so EDM was already connected. Like they were already hiring us a lot for doing all these things. Like my buddy that brought me into NFTs does Dead Mouse's content. And
what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wanted you to Abel to meet Brad as well, because Abel, I want you to tell him about the visual stuff as well, and then Eugene, I want you to chime in and tell us about your visual stuff as well, because you guys both have a visual aspect as well.
Yeah, and I just a friend of mine, Chris, he goes by Eyes of a Leo 1 on Twitter here. He does the AI generated artwork, and then he kind of puts his own flair to it. And I debuted him on the back of my music video NFT on May the 4th, Be With You. And thanks to the crypto market, it didn't really take off, but I did sell out my other NFTs when crypto was doing well. But yeah, I debuted him. Then I created one for Jeb Deasy. Do you know Jeb Deasy?
No, who's that?
I don't think so.
Seen his faces. So I got one of his tracks and Chris's artwork and made a little music video with that and put it in my Gem Cutters 11 collection. But, same kind of thing with the wax or all cryptocurrency basically at this point. No, maybe not all, but the majority of not doing so well. It's hard to get the sales right now. Like a lot of NFTs just aren't selling, even some mainstream ones too. But I would love, maybe not now, but if you would run through some of mine of what I have currently out there for sale, for you to critique it and chop it up and insult it and embarrass me a bit, that would be fucking awesome. I would love that.
I'll definitely take a deeper look at your collection for sure.
Cool.
I love art. That's the thing that keeps me in this every single day. It's one of my healthiest addictions. So it's just like my eyeballs and my ears, and and then you add this like radio talk moment to it, and
right.
It's yeah, man, I love it. I enjoy it. I enjoy actually looking at stuff and critiquing things.
Have a look. This is my music video advertisement one that I just posted up top here. You won't be able to listen to it because we're doing the show, but just in regards to the visual aspect of it, and then later on you can do it. But then see, that was an old one, and then I came up with a different advertising type, and this thing is just like taken on a life of its own. And I used iMovie to make it, and I just added my comedic, whatever you want to call it. I don't like to call it talent because I really am an idiot, and it just, people are loving this video, which will be the second one up.
You added a level of drama to it that
I did.
And it means it's like epic music, and it's like this like level of like announcing. There's like this big thing, and then it's like
right.
It's a big thing, but it's not as big as the title.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Whoa, that's not me. Oh, there you go.
I want those sneakers. Can I send you my sneakers? That's my first question.
His homie does.
Well, if you win the draw, in which the music NFT is a lotto ticket, as well as it earns SSN tokens, so there's an investment aspect to them. But the mint number on the NFT is your lotto ticket number. So you could win them, and if you do win, you contact the artist. You obviously would tell them the size of shoe, and there's 3 types of Nikes you can choose from, and then you get to describe what you would like the shoes to look like. So they're custom to you. Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is why I love this type of thing because it gives you a deeper access to this. It's not like you can't get custom shoes out there. You know what I mean?
But they're $800. He normally charges like $800, but it's like for $20 NFT, you have the ability to like possibly get $800 shoes.
Right. So my son just, he wanted a pair of Vans, and we were like, oh well, let's get the custom Vans because like that you see.
He can do any shoe you want.
Right. So
we just said Nike, but if you want Vans, he'll get you Vans.
That's Abel, I just copped the custom Converses, the white ones.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, these are construction paper, and I was like, say less, and I just ran home, and now I'm like planning a master plan.
No, Gio is the artist behind the custom-made shoes. He does shirts. He does all sorts of different things. Plus, he has this app in which brings artwork to life, like literally. And I showed him how to actually utilize this app and add music to it as well. So you would scan the shoes, and the shoes with artwork on the shoes would literally pop off the shoes and start doing shit, and it will recognize the images and it will play the music in which we've attached to it. And all you need to do is get the app, which is free. It's free up to, I think, 1,000 views you can do for free, and then if you are looking at whatever so many times, then eventually you'd have to pay for additional views. But it's absolutely insane. We've got t-shirts that are coming out, so you look at the t-shirt through the app, and then all of a sudden your t-shirt comes to life, and your t-shirt will play music, but through the app. It's pretty wild.
All right, so I guess you asked for some critique.
Yeah, sure, go ahead, do it. Hurt my feelings.
Tear them apart, Abel. Tear them apart.
I'm kidding. But no, seriously, tear me a new asshole.
You think that art, huh?
Yeah.
So my thing is, I want the shoes, but I don't know if I want the NFT. You know what I mean? As much as the shoes. So I'm gonna, say I'm willing to get the NFT because of the shoes, but I'm not saying like, okay, like I love the music, but like this is a question I have. Like, I'm not sure if I want a complete music video or not, or do I? I guess that's what I do because that's what you're giving me.
Yeah, no, but what are you looking at though right now? Are you actually on Nifty Blocks looking at the NFT? You're on Nifty Blocks, not just my tweet there. You're on Nifty Blocks website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Template Gem Cutters Doom.
Yeah, but you see all the additional artwork and stuff that's on the back of the NFT?
The back of the NFT, so it flips around.
Well, you just click on the 3 little dots there that are under the bottom of the Doom picture, and then it'll say View Template, and then click on View Template, and you get a whole new view of the NFT, which is in full. So you have the.
Oh yeah, I have that. I'm looking at it spread out.
There's a bunch of little squares underneath the video.
Because I love the shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I want is I want an NFT with your beat.
Yeah.
And my shoes that I get. So like, as long as I could get like, you know what I mean?
I can mint you one of those afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the.
No problem. I'll make you a 101 if you win.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just saying like that. This is interesting to me because I think that it's like there's a lot of reasons to get an NFT, but I love what you're doing about making the NFT like a point of connection and purchase and sale that is kind of open-ended, deal still.
Right.
Like, you're not saying, like this is done, like that's it. Like, if you want to return it, this is the policy. It's like you've stepped in now. So,
right.
And I think that that's really important. I love that. So that's my critique. And I guess if it was the only downside was that like it's a little confusing as to like, oh, I want the shoes, and then it's like, okay, it's a music video too, and you're like, wait, what am I? But then
once you scroll down and read the description of stuff, which I know people don't like to do the reading thing, but it has the information there that this is a hold and earn NFT, right? So the more you buy, the more SSN tokens you earn, right? You get 100 SSN tokens every week for each one. So the other one that I sold out 440 of, I found investors. and they bought like 20, 30, 40, 50. I sold the car salesman that I just recently bought a brand new car from 60 of my NFTs. Why would somebody want 60 of the exact same NFT? They don't love the song that much, right? But they love the SSN. So now they're getting 6,000 SSN a week, 5,000 SSN a week, 4,000 SSN a week. So like less than 40 people own 440 of my music NFTs on the one that I sold out. So that's why people buy my music NFT. People aren't just buying one at a time, they're buying a shit ton of them at a time because of the SSN token that you earn. So once you have enough of those, then you swap that to the Wax cryptocurrency. So now it's bank, right? You can then flip that to USD and put that in your bank as fiat. So that's where people are going with it. And the more and more things that we do with the SSN, the more value it gets. So currently the SSN can be used on the Kate token website. So you can actually buy shit with it. It can be mined on the Galactica 123 NFT game. So there's the value there for that too. So there's a few more things we have on the go for the SSN token to give it more value, which will be released in due time. And once we get the contract signed with the other third parties there for that and extra and more use out of that token. So yeah, people want to hold on to those NFTs. In fact, if you go onto the Wax blockchain, look for secondary market sales on anything Sublime Sounds or Gem Cutters in regards to sales on the secondary market. Very, very little, like next to none, because everyone's holding them because they want the SSN token. Yeah, that's it. That's my spiel.
Super informative, Brett. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
But Eugene, so why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your story and everything?
And an update on the text messages.
Oh, yeah.
Text messages.
Oh, you're doing the Timberland thing again. Woo! Yep. It sounds like that speaker might have broke. You might have blown a speaker in your phone.
Oh, I'm not on my phone.
It's fluttering. It's fluttering.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
I'm on BlueStacks.
Or Bluetooth?
BlueStacks, gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe restarted. It sounds like it's lagging a tiny bit, like there's a sync refresh rate kind of thing.
Or just use your phone. Just talk into the phone.
Well, that too. But he has that great setup. He was one of teaching us the BlueStacks setup. Yeah.
So he's going to refresh it.
Are you guys? Well, he's coming back up. Are you guys familiar with the artist Pac?
Pac, you said?
Like
Pac. P-A-K.
Chicken Pac? Tupac? I got
There's one Pac.
I got a one Pac.
I'm
playing a one Pac right now. I got to work out though. To get my 6 Pac back.
Eugene, let me hear you test.
Test. 1, 2, 3. Test.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're better.
Nice.
Okay.
Much better.
Yeah, and then we're gonna come back and talk to Abel about his chicken pox.
No, I think the conversation's that at this point they're like, okay, David from Pittsburgh. So
okay, David.
It's that conversation.
Nice.
Point. We're moving on. So to anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Eugene Kappan. I am a social media futurist. That means for the last 8 years of my life, I've been getting on stages and talking about the future of social media, specifically how we get to the metaverse, which we're still a couple years away from. I've actually been creating in this space one way or another since 2005, which makes me the old person in whatever these rooms I end up in, because most of the community is, 1 to 2 years old?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think, Eugene, you got me by 1 or 2 years. I started YouTube in like 2006 or 7. But yeah, you got me.
Oh man,
you're the first person I met that's an OG or OG than me. So
I still have that new baby smell. I'm brand spanking new.
So you smell like a brand new car.
Like a Cabbage Patch Kid doll.
Yeah, brand new car. Sure.
Yeah. Or the face of a Cabbage Patch Kid doll. You know.
I feel like I'm so new. I'm so new. I don't even know what you said. Like, what did you say? You did what? I missed it.
Oh, so I get on stages and I talk about the future of social media, specifically how we get to the metaverse. I've been doing it for 8 years. Some of the things I've kind of accomplished in my career. I had the #1 360 experience on Steam for 30 days when it launched. It was called Journey VR. I had the first in VR show to ever be ordered like a TV show. And it actually ran for 3 full seasons, 1 season on AltSpace, which is now owned by Microsoft, and 2 seasons on High Fidelity, which was the second coming of Second Life, inspired by the book Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson, which actually coined the term metaverse, right? So, super early adopter, and
And Eugene said he's been doing this stuff since 2005 or 6, right?
2005. Started making 360 ecto-rectangular maps for websites. Super fucking early.
You should have said you've been in since the second coming of Cristiano.
Fucking funny. I wasn't on the scene yet. I was on the scene 2 years after that, or like
work with me, people. Work with me.
So before BC.
Yeah. Okay.
Since the year 2 BC.
Would it be BCC?
BCC.
Yeah. Factual facts.
Yeah.
Factual.
Blind carbon copy. Expert advice.
Yeah.
Always BCC.
Yeah.
Never CC. We'll get in trouble.
So now I own a studio called Studio Cap'n, where we make virtual worlds for clients. I wrote a kid's book called All the Things You Can Do in the Metaverse. And for fun, I make 360 animated films on YouTube, which gets millions and millions of views.
Woo, let's go.
Yep.
Wow.
3D digital virtual creator. I knew you'd like that, Brad. I knew what you did, Eugene, and I've looked at your work and I've seen your stuff, but like Brad didn't, and Brad's like a metaverse builder, and we're into like 3D and building stuff together, and I knew his job was
seen some stuff.
He's seen some stuff, but I knew he'd like talking to you. So.
Yes, very much so. Thank you for bringing him in here. Yeah, have you heard of Over the Reality Metaverse?
I have heard of everything. I'm pretty sure they follow me on Twitter.
They're an Italian company, and they started off with OVR, and now they're going strictly by Over the Reality.
Yeah, I mean there's so many of these virtual world building applications now. I mean, there's Rove, there's Rec Room, there's Decentraland. I mean, you can throw a rock.
Spatial, Muse Place.
Let's not talk about spatial.
What about Unreal Engine? Do you see Unreal Engine playing a big part in what you're doing currently?
Oh, absolutely. We're building stuff for clients right now that I can't really talk about, and we're actually utilizing Unreal as the engine for virtual production.
I love it.
Is it because of the metahumans type thing, or just because Unreal is like ridiculous in general right now?
I mean, so if we're doing like virtual production, you're probably not going to be using, say, like a website like Spatial or Rec Room or something else, unless you're specifically live streaming. If you're doing something bigger and probably with a more traditional broadcasting company, say like Disney or Fox or Hulu or something, you're probably going to want more professional tools. And so, yeah, that's where like Unreal takes place. But if I'm doing like VR gaming instead, where I'm trying to bring in those lower poly assets in because load and unload time are super important, I'm probably going to go with Unity 3D.
Sure. And yeah, I mean, spatial, like OVR, most of them are run on Unity anyway. You know what I mean? So it's really like we're talking Unity versus Unreal. Yeah. Those are like the two options we have as engines, and unless some random engine comes out of the blue and like kills it. But that's really
I mean, there's also 3JS.
3JS, are they game engine?
It is it's basically like a rendering virtual machine inside of a website. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you actually don't need Unreal or Unity. And there's actually this really cool.
Is it
3D models,
JS, or it's just called 3JS?
Yeah, if you're a world builder and you're actually into like JavaScript coding or visual JavaScript coding, I'd go check out the company Muse.
Yeah, that's Muse Place, right?
Yeah, Muse Place. Yeah.
I like them because they have a nice little joystick. I look at it like I'm into UX as well, and like and just user experience, and like I look at it from a user standpoint. So like I like Muse Place and Spatial, but like Muse Place has a little joystick and Spatial doesn't. And they just have to add that joystick, and then Spatial has like my vote for favorite use, like easiest one to use as a consumer right now, because they're just like trying to be as smooth and clean as possible for the consumer, but they might not be like the most powerful on the building side, you know.
Yeah. I actually just had a meeting with Ben Howe, H-A-U, who's the CEO of Muse, and we're actually trying to become a vendor for them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Brad into Muse as well, because that's what one of our other builders builds in, and then he's into OVR. And so I'm just trying to like get, you know, because like really realistically, everything we build is platform agnostic, right? So it can just be plopped down everywhere. So it's like that's what we're kind of focusing on, and it's like doesn't matter if you're building in like, you know, Mozilla Hubs, or if you're building in Stager or Blender or Cinema 4D, right? Like you said, you use Cinema 4D. Is it your favorite?
The last place I ended up deploying a world to was, well, I guess not actually deploying a world, but building in, I should say, was actually Rec Room, and I did that for the Chronic Cats NFT.
Very cool.
Oh, Chronic Cats. So you know Tater?
I do know Tater. He's one of the very few people that I actually follow on Twitter.
Well, he is my business partner.
Good guy.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And Canadian.
Gotta love us Canadians, right?
You're a Canadian?
I'm a dual citizen. My dad's Canadian, my mom's an American.
Lucky.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But you're in the States though now.
Yep. I was born here and I grew up on the Tulalip Indian Reservation.
Oh.
Very cool.
And you survived.
Yeah.
What state is that?
That's Washington.
Nice.
Washington. Very cool.
Wow, that's cool, man. So what part of Canada?
Pilot Mound, Manitoba.
Oh.
Cold. Yeah, I would have left too.
Yeah, that's some boring ass shit. I'm in Ontario, and that's some boring ass shit at times. But Vancouver is freaking phenomenal. British Columbia, absolutely phenomenal. I love that place. That's a good place. You're close there.
Yeah. Once a year, I go up to BC, and I try to check out the art museum up there. Absolutely love that place.
Oh yeah, you ever been to Stanley Park?
I think so. Question mark?
Or it's the one that's got the big tree trunk that you can drive through. They hollowed out the middle.
Maybe not.
What about Treetop Adventures? And I'm pretty sure that they shot the Star Wars movie there, the Ewok scene where they have all the huts and stuff. The Ewoks' homes.
I haven't, but I've been to the mansion that is the X-Men mansion in all the movies.
Cool.
No way.
Yeah.
Where's that?
That's in Victoria.
Really?
Yeah. Shit.
You get on
That's not Westchester. That's not even close to
Westchester. On a ferry and
you get on a ferry. You go to Victoria, and it's like a 30-minute drive, and it's like an open thing, and usually it'll be closed for like events or weddings or whatever. But you can like go up to the front door and take a picture where like Deadpool was filmed.
Wow. They do weddings there?
Yeah. You can rent it out for things. It's actually part of a college.
Yes,
oddly enough, the fake X-Men mansion is on a college campus. So it's
same thing with the place they shot Clueless and Jurassic Park is actually Occidental College in Los Angeles. My brother went there, and like as you're walking around, you're like, this place looks super familiar, and it's like in every single movie where they need like a college campus, or like a high school campus, it's Occidental College. Also, Obama.
I used to live right there. I grew up skating in Occidental and Glendale High School, and I lived behind.
You live in Eagle Rock.
Yeah, Eagle Rock Plaza. It was like right behind there.
That's cool.
Eagle Rock's really nice.
The school, the high school where 10 Things I Hate About You is. I actually live about 15 minutes away from it.
Oh wow!
No way.
Yeah, it's like overlooking the ocean and Puget Sound and whatnot.
That's what. When you took a ferry over to Victoria Island, did you see any whales? No whales.
I don't know. It was kind of an interesting. It was like my
boat ride.
I chose to dress up in cosplay with my friends and go to the X-Men mansion for my birthday.
Oh shit! I bet you got some good pictures then. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. So for the people who are listening, and we got a lot of people here from the night shift, like CFP and DJ and Crystal, and showing their support, and I'm sure they're all curious as to how would one get to work with you.
Well, it's if you're running an event and you need speakers, or you have maybe a real estate agency and you need somebody to show up and explain how the metaverse is actually going to change the internet in a really big way. My company works as my booking agent, unless you go with a specific booker that I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'll, fly out to whatever your location is or your event, and I'll get on stage and do a keynote or whatever. Or if you are a brand specifically trying to get a virtual world or presence inside of the metaverse when it actually shows up in 4 or 5 years, that's a conversation we can have, and we'll build for it. Yeah, when it gets here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those dragons in Game of Thrones, they're on their way for a few years. So
yeah.
Eventually.
I think we're gonna dive into the weeds here, because this is kind of like a issue for me, and you're using the term metaverse in a general context, which is perfect. That makes sense to me. But when we have projects that are saying, "Oh yeah, we're on our way to the metaverse," well, which one? Because there are lots.
No. There's only one metaverse, and it's the entire third generation of the internet.
So there's multiple universes, but many metaverses. Like one metaverse.
Yeah. So think about it this way. Think about it this way. Every virtual world is basically a website, and those websites live on the internet. And they talk to each other through different networks, different server devices, different technologies for them to get from whatever servers they are on to you. And that entire interconnective ecosystem is the metaverse.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
if you had your space, that would be your universe. Like the OVR is an OVR universe. It's own universe, its own laws, its own physical properties. The terms relate. You know what I mean? Because you can think of quantum physics or physics the same way.
I have
universes and multiverses.
I've never heard it explained the way you just explained it. One, because all these websites, as you put it, which is factual facts, they also have the term metaverse with their universe, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they are factually wrong.
They are factually wrong.
They are factually wrong in the worst way. No, and this is absolutely rampant, especially in the NFT community, where they're not talking to actual experts, but they want to seem like new or fresh or, the first of whatever, to try to gain balance and try to get sales, right?
Eugene, it's kind of like when they added HD to everything around the time the flip camera came out, and everything was like HD. Flip HD, this HD, everything was HD. And then it was 4K, everything was 4K, even if it wasn't. You know what I mean? There was gum. It was try it in HD. And it was why?
That's actually, you're onto it. But, I was a super early adopter. I mean, this has been my message for, 8 years now. And, a lot of this misconception didn't really show up until, Facebook decided to change their name to Meta, right?
You're exactly right. That is when the meta started.
Yeah. And it's because Facebook wants to be the internet, but it's not. It can't. It basically went through its entire social media life cycle. They've hit the ceiling. They can't add any more users. And now they're like, well, our audience is aging out. Grandma is on.
They want to be Google,
and
they want it to be search.
They're losing out. They're migrating to other places. So how do we stay ahead of it? And now they're basically giving away VR headsets. They're trying to corner the market of this new generation that's going to happen. and they're probably not going to be successful at it.
I agree. I mean, we talk about that every day on this show about how it's all of us versus Meta, how it literally is Ready Player One, and they're like the 101ers, and we're like everyone else in the metaverse is like just trying to like be like,
Yeah.
And yes, I agree. Like people do misuse it. Like they should say, this is called the Bored Ape universe. You know what I mean? The Cool Cats universe, the Shiba universe. But they're saying metaverse. There's like it's the Shiba metaverse. It's the Cool Cat, and it's like no, it's unless you're developing a bunch of universes, it's not a metaverse.
Well,
because the metaverse would be like the internet, right? It's like you're not developing an internet, you're developing a website, like the way you said it. Like the internet by definition means like in between net. So it's the connective tissue. So it's like the metaverse is the connective tissue between all these separate universes and portals and platforms, right?
Yeah.
It's like invisible.
Yeah, the words we should be using are
for any background noise and lag that I just had. I have to go pick up my daughter, so I'm currently driving and co-hosting.
Man on the go.
Yeah, man on the go.
Eugene, you were saying the current terms we should use are what?
Yeah.
I lagged out for a good minute there, so I missed the explanation. However, I am going to go on air and apologize because I was actually wrong, knowing what Eugene has just brought to my attention and explaining it that way. Because every time a project has talked about the metaverse, I'm always asking, well, which metaverse? And now knowing
you're asking the right
actually
question based on how they're using it.
Yeah, but still, I should be saying, well, which platform? Basically,
yeah, you should be saying which universe.
Yeah, which universe?
Correcting them. So like you do with carpeted,
Yeah.
where you're like top rock is carpeted.
Right.
Now you have another thing to correct people with. So when people say metaverse, you go universe.
Yes.
And they're like, "What do you mean?"
I
not creating a metaverse.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks, Eugene, for that.
Brad, Eugene's gonna hold on. Let him go because Eugene's gonna tell us about the terms he wants to use.
Yeah.
Wants us to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I would say virtual world, right? Platform, or the term portal, which means to go from one world to the next.
Yes. So the portal being the jumping between, or in the virtual world, or what was the other term you said?
Virtual world, platform, or
platform.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it. I wouldn't even call it a universe because that implies that it has much bigger infrastructure put into it, which then I think it really has, right?
Yes. So for example, in my example, like I have a virtual world built in spatial platform, right? That has a portal to Brad's virtual world built in spatial platform, but does not have a portal to Brad's virtual world built on the OVR platform.
You're portaling from one place to the other.
I'm portaling from one place within my platform to another place within that platform, but the metaverse will be the connective tissue that allows me to portal from Spatial's metaverse to Over's metaverse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's
sorry, universe to universe or platform to platform. Sorry, I used the terms wrong again. So Spatial's platform to OVR's platform, and that will be the metaverse. Will be the thing that lets us connect between those platforms, right?
Yeah, it's the all-encompassing.
I am hearing nobody, other than you, Cristiano. So I am going to be on a 10 to 15-minute hiatus.
That's fine. Just mute yourself, and then Eugene's going to drop more knowledge.
Oh, yep. So, when we talk about, the metaverse, we're talking about the entire ecosystem of different technologies that uplift the internet in that third generation. So that's everything from AI agents to digital twins to photogrammetry to XR to NFTs and cryptocurrency and, 6G, right? And there's actually this, there's a couple of different versions of this chart that if you Google the 7 layers to the metaverse, it should pop up and you can see all the different ways that it's basically broke down into separate subjects. And
cool.
Yeah,
I think I've seen this before. Let me look it up again.
Yeah, so you get everything from
it's like the different layers of the stack, basically.
Yeah. So you get like infrastructure and experience and whatever else.
That's how that's actually really helped me learn full stack development. I mean, I'm not a full stack developer by any means, but I can, pick the winners that I like and pick each platform and have developers going. And I know why I pick these platforms and I know why they're linked together. You know what I mean? And so it's like, but there are a lot of platforms that do handle like 5 of those, and they'll handle like 5 of those layers. And so that's what's really interesting. I like Facebook's trying to handle all 7, right? And that's their issue, because it's like the companies that just hire and acquire within this space, you know what I mean? And are out here, whereas Facebook's like the Kraken, and it's just down locked in some prehistoric basement, you know, getting gigantic. And like we're like the rest of the ocean, you know?
Yeah.
And eventually the Kraken comes out, it's going to disrupt some stuff, and you know, but it's really only going to eat the biggest predators and the biggest fish that are eating all the other fish anyway. So it's like we never have to be worried about Facebook, not right yet, because it's really just going to like gobble up all the big competitors who right now are making it hard for us to get afloat.
Yeah. If we look at all the different technologies that are available from like other companies and not just, Meta. I mean, if we're talking about peer user adoption, 360 is like the bare bones version of virtual reality, and it is accessible on YouTube. We have over 2 billion users.
Oh, and it has been since when, Eugene?
'Cause
I got in like year 1 as well. I'm just trying to remember. It was 2010 or 8, 10. It was 10.
Oh, that YouTube came around?
No, YouTube started having VR video or 360 video.
Oh, I'm not. I can't pull it off the top of my head.
2007.
I think it was
2007. I feel like 2008, maybe.
I went somewhere between 2008 and 2010, but yes, okay. That's when like the
right.
VR, the 360 camera craze started as well.
Yeah, but if we're talking about AR adoption, which falls in this category of part of the ecosystem under XR, I mean, every iPhone has world-class depth perception and tracking for facial,
and nobody cares.
But anybody who's doing like motion capture for like your face, they're using an iPhone.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, the thing is, like, professionals are using it for that, but like the average person does not know that they or care that they have an AR device and they have Terminator vision in their pocket. And I know because I'm an AR developer, and I wish adopted. Like, when you said AR adoption, I was like, I laughed to myself, and I was like, what AR adoption? Like I've been waiting for AR since 2008.
I mean, every person who does like a filter on Instagram is an AR adoption.
That's what we're using it for. And like I think that until Apple releases the glasses, when I say the glasses, I mean, the glasses we all know that they have built. My friends have seen them. Like, they're there. They've been built for 6 years now and done. Obviously, they're going to be better and better and better. But like the Apple's, Terminator glasses, where you actually have the heads-up display, like that really is going to be the game changer, in my opinion, because having to hold a little rectangle in front of your face and look through a little keyhole into this AR world is insane to me. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just
waiting for the live on demand subtitling.
Oh my god! Well, I mean, like, honestly, some of the translation stuff. I forget what app it was, but they had like translation built in. A lot of apps are building in translation now, and it's getting insane. Like
so I got engaged a few months ago.
Congratulations!
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you. And her parents don't speak English.
Really?
They speak Cantonese.
Yes, you need that Babel fish.
Yeah. So I've been trying like different devices. I've tried like the earbuds. I've tried like some phone apps. Just trying to get it. And I know it's going to eventually happen. And then I can have like full conversations to them. They can just talk at me and I'll understand them.
But it's
finally.
not there yet.
It's not there yet.
We're not there yet.
But it'll happen.
Is like they could speak slowly into like Google Translate or something and have it speak out loud to you.
Yeah.
Like, good to see you.
They're picking up English faster than I'm learning Cantonese, and I'm a little embarrassed by it.
Well, our English language is like a lot easier. There's like 120 sounds or whatever, and Cantonese has like 700. Like, Japanese is the easiest. Japanese has like 26 sounds or something like that, 23 sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like mouth shapes and sounds you have to learn. So it's like, a lot of people can learn Japanese very easily, but Cantonese is very difficult, as is Mandarin.
It's so hard.
Yeah. So I'm just like, they're going to get it. English is a good in between. English and Spanish are good, like, go between languages because they are very simpler to learn out of all the languages. That's why they're ending up just being the default language, because you can speak English like really poorly and get by.
Oh, Spanish is incredibly easy to learn.
Jackie Chan still don't speak no English.
He does pretty well.
He does okay, but it's like you're like, how long have you been here? Your whole basically adult life at this point? Like he should speak way like Arnold Schwarzenegger too. He should speak way better English for how long he's been here. So on that, Abel, what's happening over there? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just rummaging around. I was just, Eugene, is really interesting what you're talking about and the work that you're doing, and
cool, right?
It's
we
beyond.
Talked about it a bit in another stream. I was like, I have to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we got to connect and I got to hear, specifically more about what you're doing, because I've definitely been like playing around. Like I have an iPhone, so I did some LiDAR scanning and, but the quality of the texture, like the photo texture wasn't good enough for me. But it's really, really cool. Like, because, I come from a world, like I'm sitting here in my studio, I have a lot of physical items and stuff around me. So it's really cool to think about being able to share some of that, some of the gear that I've built and stuff like that, like in a 3D scan. And, I think it's really interesting. Like is it basically work like how if you point your phone at like a QR code, it'll pull up the item? Is that how it kind of works? Like even like in AR, like
it's using depth sensors. Go ahead, Eugene.
So there's basically two different versions. There's one where LiDAR is using like depth sensors, or you're taking a whole bunch of photos and it's creating a point data mesh.
And Apple does both, right? At the same time.
What?
Apple does both at the same time, combines them.
That's fantastic. I need to get an iPhone. I'm an Android user, and it sucks so much.
Really? Oh yeah. That's their thing. They do LiDAR and the multiple point scanning you're talking about, and then they combine them at the same time.
I wasn't sure if they did it at the same time. I knew it could do it independently.
Yeah,
that's why they built a video chip into the camera. Sorry, Abel, go ahead.
Oh no, it pretty much works. Like it photo scans, 360 your item, and then it maps that to the mesh that it has, so you can pull in, you can export it separately or as a combined object, and then work with it, I guess, in Cinema, 4D or whatever program, Blender. But yeah, it's still,
I have a friend who is like one of the premier builders for Snapchat, Braille Garcia, and what she's done recently, this absolutely cracked me up, is she got one of those like old 1989 Ninja Turtle toys, scanned it, rigged it, and then used it as a character for herself while she was playing like the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game on stream.
Awesome.
Yeah, right? That's badass. My son is named Raphael. I grew up with Ninja Turtles, and he's 13, and he's amazing. And he builds these skins. Like he built me a skin in games with him, in like whatever the square pixel game is, Roblox and stuff. But it's like that's the type of shit that I see really taking off. Like it's like customization, like those sneakers from Brad. It's like if you can have the sneakers in real life and in crypto voxels or whatever as well, that's what makes you feel different. It adds a quality to life that where things are customized, and it's like now it carries your spirit through it. That's the shit I love about like the idea of like stepping into the digital world of the metaverse. It seems really customizable.
Plus, your son has like a potential job opportunity or career future in like metaverse, like building items and things like that. For example, you can build for Sandbox and sell it on their marketplace. You can build for Decentraland, or any of these, these platforms and sell these 3D models, like, and a lot of them will they'll have like a model builder for you. You can just like use their software, and it's like, it's just awesome that they're giving all these people like who are just creative and who can pick up any tool. Certain kinds of people, like, can pick up any tool and just get creative with it. And those people can money and like not be like, starving artists anymore,
Like 4 years ago, I gave a talk at Design Reality. It was like the last time I did like a tour stop. And I actually broke down different positions of things that are going to be vital for us to actually get to the metaverse. And so I actually grouped different people into creators, developers, filmmakers, and what was the fourth? The casuals. And so like the creators are like the three, the developers are the people who can like build anything from the ground up and just create their own platforms, and they would probably be really good like 3JS and C# and whatnot. You got the filmmakers who are probably going to be all about either 360 video or virtual production, and then the casuals who are going to be the ones who can just download a program, kind of use it to like live stream and put everything together in a really quick and easy manner.
I would add one more, which is the musicians, because there's going to be the need for so much background music, and just like ambient music, like, musicians and sound designers for like,
I'd put that in the career.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Like sound arts, visual arts and all that. Like, yeah, I think that's where, I want to kind of like enable people, like to be more creative, like give them the tools that I've, fashioned and that I know will work and like will actually be fun to play with, and give them that experience, like I'm not that young. And like, as I look at like young people in this, coming into the world, and if they can get that kind of like experience and knowledge early on, this is going to be an amazing place,
Oh yeah.
I feel so like compelled to like make it fun, I get really inspired. Like my checkout, I put up a pinned tweet on this whatever, the Jumbotron or whatever you want to call it, of the guy that my son made for me, and I just had him.
Oh, I dig the purple. It was dope.
Yeah, like an
he gave you the A. That's nice.
Yeah, an A and a hoodie and a purple and like the beard and the hair, and he's just hanging out there on my desk at my studio. Like that was just like a picture from the AR like app.
Yeah,
where you can put it in. I like that type of thing. I think it's really cool.
It's so dope. Yeah, Roblox is going to be like the big metaverse, one of the big platforms as well. Yeah, we're getting there. We're conditioning. You can't say rugged around Brad. He'll yell at you and say carpeted. Hey, Brad, rug. He's away from his. I'm just going to say, Brad got rugged, and he's going to come back and yell carpeted. Or maybe not. He's dead. Brad's dead now.
Oh, by the way, if anybody's interested, I have like 150 NFTs I'm trying to get rid of and give away before I go to NYC NFT. And all you have, and I pinned it up at the top. All you have to do is fill out a form, and I'll airdrop it to you. Absolutely free.
Eugene's giving out free NFTs, guys.
Free NFTs of my severed photogrammetry
aren't you guys happy that you came to this show?
Yeah, I am.
That's why you come to this show.
You get a takeaway.
Can I have a couple?
I'll send you two.
What are you drinking?
You can have Brad's take-home bag.
What's he drinking?
Eugene, did you make that, or did you hire somebody to do it?
No. I made that.
That's phenomenal. I would love, like, I haven't. I used to have After Effects chops. I messed more with Flash back in the days, right? In fact, not Mass. That used to be my bread and butter. I would love to get back to
You're the real OG
and figure out how
here.
to do that stuff.
I learned on Adobe Flash actually as well.
Me too. We got a bunch of Flash OGs in the house.
Yeah. And I eventually updated to After Effects, and now I co-run for one of the largest motion design user groups in the United States.
Dude.
Actually
What?
did it. Yeah, and before COVID, our meetings for 10 years actually were at the Fremont Adobe campus.
Wow.
Wait, so you guys are going to fix After Effects?
They're going to try.
Is it broken? I thought it was me.
We were
Wouldn't be about After Effects, you know? Like, this conversation is now dedicated to After Effects. And
we could bash After Effects for 3 hours if we wanted to.
Future survival. No, I want it like
we only bash it because we love it. We only bash it because I spend so much time in it. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
we're talking about the weather.
I mean, I love this. So you did this in After Effects, your NFT?
C4D and After Effects, yeah.
Nice.
How was the learning curve for Cinema 4D from After Effects, in your opinion?
Picked it up so it actually took me like 3 separate attempts to learn After Effects.
I'm on attempt 2 right now. Oh no, I'm on attempt 3 of Cinema 4D right now.
C4D, it took me 2 times, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend just 30 days, spend as much time as I can, and I actually created a film called 100 Severed Heads.
There you go. So did you give yourself a project to like work on ahead of time?
NFTs from that
give myself
film.
Something to finish, you know?
So there's just no music, so I was thinking something like this.
It's totally syncing up right now. I'm watching it. And how long is the loop on it? Is it like a 1 or 2 second loop?
The
visuals?
It's a 2-second video. So maybe I'll make a derivative if that's okay with your IP situation. Throw you back something.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm easy.
You guys should DM it about that.
I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want it.
Like all the pieces fit together, and it is a full music video. That's like a minute and a half.
Really?
Well, how come you don't have music on the video then?
You know, why don't I just send it to you? I'll just send you the video so you can check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see it. I was like, I brought it up on my studio computer and I pulled up the volume and it was like, there's no sound to it. And I was like, whoa.
So I was going to do that, but with like each frame of the music video on the next video I released, it was going to be like each frame is going to be a separate NFT, right? Because then together it makes like 9,000 frames or whatever. But now that you say that, it's actually not a bad idea to be like, what if you used it, like Abel, you were saying, like, why isn't there music there, right? What if like you released them as like clips, but let's say like every 4 measures it loops, right? So then like every single NFT you release is a loop. You know what I'm saying? And then when you put them together, it like, let's say the song is 136 bars or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it would just be that many multiples of that many pieces of 4.
This is a really good question because when I started doing like digital archival work, this when I started taking in films and archiving them, we made, you make a really high quality JPEG for each.
Yeah.
So and then that's stored in sequence. So I was like,
that was the original idea for the music video.
Yeah. So we were doing like this company I worked with and my buddy, like the great clients, Bob Dylan, for instance, right? Sure. So we're like thinking like, okay, shit, like this is great footage, like this piece of video. It's 10 seconds long. It's 24 frames, so it's 240
pictures.
Pictures, right? So
NFTs, technically,
that works so well with NFTs, right? But then you're saying about, so if it's a music NFT, right? So you could take one JPEG and put it with the whole song, and see that way people get. There's this thing about music where people want to hear the music. They don't, what's the point, right? We're all in this new age. But if you go back and you ask anybody who's been making music for over 30 years, they're going to say yes, because people want to listen to it. Like that's the whole fucking point. So if we're going to, that's why it's like, oh yeah, okay, how can you make 2 seconds of a song? It's going to be like, it's not going to be.
Well, yeah, I wasn't saying even 2 seconds. I was saying, what if you did it like, because originally it was like that, but what if you did it like a full loop, right? So it's like if there's like, let's say there would end up being 25 or 30 of them in the whole song, right? But like a 4 or 8 measure loop. So it actually does loop well. Like on Vine, we used to make 6-second loops, and if you did it at 120 BPM, it would loop perfectly. So like all the songs on Vine that ended up being like loop songs were all in the same tempo, so you could like mash them together because they were all had to be the same tempo. So like, you know what I mean? Like if it would loop at the end of it, technically you could listen to that song forever, and you'd think that would be like, oh no, that's annoying, but I promise I've listened to certain Vines like 300 times in a row because they're just catchy. You know what I mean?
Do like verse, chorus, or
or like 4 bars of a verse or 8 bars of a verse.
Even, you know, split it down into multi-tracks and like stuff like that.
Yeah, because if you have a rapper like Lil Wayne, it's like you just get that one-liner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you buy the one that's like, you know, like Wheezy F baby, and the F is for finish it, and then that's your one.
Snoop Dogg NFT. That's his ape, and it's the instrumental beat.
Yeah, I saw that one.
My friend, you know, owns like the chorus, and then another guy owns the other verse.
Oh, so you split it into stems?
Basically 3 stems, and then you know you can make a remix or do whatever the hell you want according to his statement with any of it. So, but you know, these are all interesting things. Then I go back to the metaverse, and it's like, this is where I think the metaverse is going to be so fun to like go into, and it like put all this shit together like a puzzle in real space.
I couldn't agree more. That's what really got me into this Web3 space in general, because I had known about the NFT things, and I was still like, all right, like not fucking with any of this. This is a scam, yada yada. And then when I realized that we're going to have to digitize everything on the planet and put it in multiple metaverses or multiple like platforms, and so, like to put it in the metaverse, like multiple universes. I'm gonna say universes because it's easier for me. So multiple universes, right? Like that's going to be a gargantuan task that's going to employ like thousands and thousands and thousands of people and a whole new generation of people whose job is to just take all this stuff, digitize it, and like put it into virtual worlds, right? And so that's when I was like, oh, this is like trillions and trillions of dollars of like I don't even think we understand as humans how big this is going to be, you know? Because it's like, especially when like those, and we're excited about it right now in the digital ownership, but like what about when it actually becomes fun and there's haptic suits which are coming out now and being built now, haptic suits where you can actually feel each other, where VR is not going to make you sick, where it's like we figure out, you know, motions. Like I honestly, Steven Spielberg nailed it in that movie with the way he, like, obviously it's a book, but like the way that he showed it and like made it like he's in the back of a grungy van. You know what I mean? It's so accessible to everyone, and that's what was cool about the way that I like that movie. It really got me on board with it as well.
Absolutely. Pictures of somebody that, you know, acquaintance in the space sent me some pictures of a space they're building near Disneyland, and it's a real place that you go and you can interact with your meta mask and eat, like get food and like do experiences and shit, and it's a fucking huge facility, like huge. So that being said, like it's, you know, definitely going to be a drive-through soon. And so I just checked out, Eugene, I just checked out your video and I love it. And I get it. Like, so now that it's a clip from the full music video, obviously. Mm-hmm. And the music never would have suggested, oh, this needs music if I had known that. But that being said, I can see every frame of your video because it's very like each clip is a piece of art in itself. And I can imagine being in this space and walking around each clip of your music video, like the heads that are knocking on the thing, you know, that's a room where they're in 3D physical space where they're doing that, you know, like not every piece of music may need to be expanded upon this way. But for me, it may be a problem, but I naturally think that way. Like I go, oh, I'm in there, like looking at it from all angles and shit, like just, you know, because of my personality, I guess.
Yeah, and we're thinking also about like the virtual worlds and like having fun, but there's also good potential with what you do, Eugene, for like horror and scary stuff as well. You know what I mean? And like that's probably what's going to make this whole like virtual thing take off. Is people are like, you know, much scarier it is to go into a VR game than it is to like a scary movie. Way scarier. So like, the whole thrill seekers, you know.
So I actually have to run out in about 2 minutes.
Sounds good.
too, because I have to go to.
I'm back.
You did it, Brad. You totally
You
our host.
got before the bell.
Brad got rugged, right, Brad? You used the word rugged.
Carpeted, you bastard.
Manolo.
I told you he'd do it. You're so predictable, Brad.
Did you get the finer side of Spaces, which upholstered?
I could hear mostly just Chris talking, but halfway through my travels, some people started coming in, so I could hear some things, but I was just getting like bits and pieces of the conversation. So, anyways, I'm back home now, and I heard the last 5 minutes straight. So, I guess I'm up to date for the last 5 minutes, anyways. But I will definitely listen to the recording as I always do.
Well, Brad, do you have any parting questions for Abel or Eugene? Anyone in the audience, if you guys want to come up and ask any questions before you go?
Yeah, Eugene, I just want to say thank you very much for schooling me, embarrassing me, ripping my heart out, and making me feel awkward, but at least putting me on the right path when I do talk to people about the metaverse. So thank you very much for doing that. I love that. Abel, I very much would like to get you to critique and also embarrass me and rip my heart out and stuff on other stuff that I've done, just to help me with future music NFTs that I put out there, and maybe help me with another one. Because
Brad, you should talk to Abel as well as for visuals for your
yeah,
virtual
exactly.
nightclub.
That's
Your
where I was
virtual
going with
nightclub,
that.
because he does a lot of visuals.
And also have a look at the blockchain Phantasma. It is the only carbon negative blockchain that I'm aware of, and
it's the only blockchain on ghosts.
Yeah, and it's haunted by ghosts. Yes.
What?
It's powered by ghosts, actually.
Yeah. And I do got a sponsorship with them coming. Just they're creating music NFTs for me because they currently don't have one where you can play the music before you buy it. So they are working on that. Should be a month or two before that happens, and then I can get the money that they're holding for me, and bang out another music NFT collection there. But I'd like to get it off to a different kind of start. I think what both of you here have helped me with realize may bring me to the next level of bread music NFTs.
Hey, Brad, what if we put out Phantasma is with me and Mojo the Ghost, and it's that ghost project that we were talking about, like ghost game, or like music game.
Yeah.
And then it's on Phantasma, and it's all about ghosts.
Yeah, that's possible.
Could be perfect. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that is a good idea. You got too many good ideas. You got way too many good ideas.
I know, that's why I do these streams, because now they're recorded, mofo. Yeah.
Agreed,
I do this every day, and they just hit the floor, and then no one does them. And now at least I'll record them, and then we can go back and,
Right.
This will be,
Thank you both, you guys. I think you guys brought more alpha than the other streams we had. But I love the tag one where we had tag on. That was friggin' awesome. That was a great show. But this one, like, definitely some high education. There it is. Edumacation type stuff on here. And I know, Stan, you got an opportunity to say some stuff. Did we hear from Stream? I know he grabbed a...
When you have experts up here like this, it's hard to stick it with the dick and fart jokes,
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to drop it eventually.
I mean, I try to get a little bit of humor.
Yeah,
right?
But like, we
brought
have...
a lot of humor with the text.
We're also trying to build the future over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, again, I don't know if we heard from Stream and Spart Taff here. They grabbed
anything you guys want to say to Abel and Eugene before they jet?
Mm-hmm. If you did all the dick and fart jokes, I think I'm out.
No, there will be more when they leave. I'm just saying, once like the fancy company leaves, they'll make the dick and fart jokes with the rest of you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I would love to talk. I would love to talk to Eugene because I want to put together a printed book with AR targets, and I'm trying to figure out what to use, like maybe Adobe Aero or whatever. I'm figuring he probably would know the best route.
There are so many different like options available now. I actually did.
I want the one that gives me the best and gives other people the least money in the process.
Fair. Good quotation.
I want to thank you guys for the platform to speak. We're gonna start off like this.
Uh-oh. I think this might be my cousin.
We need some milk.
Is this you, Brad? Is this you on
No,
another account?
this is not me, but I'm following this guy because I like him.
this is your style. How do you like it, Brad?
Partner
This is how it feels. This dude just earned himself a co-host spot.
Yeah, he earned my respect.
Brad is.
He earned my respect.
Our new co-host spot, Sparta Frog, everyone.
Yeah.
Wait, how he introduces himself.
Don't mute him. Don't mute him.
I would never. I don't mute you when you do this to our stream.
We need some milk.
So if anyone wants to hit up Eugene for any amazing VR, or would you call it VR, right? World building. Thank you for that, Sparta.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome, dude.
You're welcome. You need some milk.
You do need some milk. I'm having some coffee and I need some milk right now.
Got that oat milk.
Got that oat
milk.
Oh shit, that was good.
Yeah, so like Eugene, thank you for coming by and sharing that amazing outfit with us, sharing that expert advice, and just sharing, helping us. Like I'm gonna cringe and stop myself every time I say the word metaverse now. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for ruining
it's
our lives in Web3.
My face is like so like whatever the color of embarrassed.
I'm gonna be like virtual world.
It does take. It's going to take a little bit of time, some catching yourself, but you'll get there.
It's gonna be worth it though.
It's
so
like
I'm not gonna sound like freaking idiots anymore.
It's like you'll work through it.
That's why this show is Vice and not like Epic Alpha, because that was originally gonna be called Epic Alpha. And then I was like, did I become a Web3 fuckboy in 2 weeks?
Oh shit.
So now it's Epic Advice or Expert Advice.
Expert Advice.
Brad wants to call it. Brad, what's the other name of our show?
Shut the fuck up and listen.
That should be the name of our show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But working title. Either that or factual facts.
Can you say a metaverse? Like, I can't wait to see that in a metaverse.
Nope.
No, because it is.
There's only one.
That's factually correct.
So you could say, I can't wait to see that in a virtual environment.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Or
did you say you wouldn't say
a virtual
universe?
A build. I'm sorry. What?
Would you say could you say a universe? See it in a universe? Because like the multiverse or the metaverse would be multiple different like separate universes.
Well, it wouldn't be. They're just singular worlds, and so they're just websites, right?
Yeah, I'm sticking with virtual reality platforms.
You can say environment. You can say VR world. You can say virtual world.
If I was referring to the brand itself, though, I could say universe, right? Like if I was saying like the the Disney universe.
Hey, check this out real quick.
No, wait.
No.
Check this out real quick.
No.
One of my favorite movies.
Boom.
Just one second, Spartan. I muted him just for a second.
Okay.
But we will.
I mean, there's so many other things that you can call it that are just factually correct or terminology correct that you should be using. Just the term metaverse is the entire encompassing internet, and we just kind of have to respect that, especially with as much misinformation that keeps going around. Not too long ago, I was actually in a space for I wasn't invited, I just showed up. And it was for a platform in Nigeria called Meets Meta. And they claimed to be the first social metaverse, is what they claimed. And of course, they ended up getting me as their first, hand up when they got to the Q&A version. And they actually asked me to leave because I was like, so knowing that, the metaverse is the entire third generation.
You actually them, Eugene? You were like, actually.
Yeah, I did. And they went, well, we're a virtual world that has social interaction and blockchain assets, and we're the first company to do this. I'm like, well, that was High Fidelity in 2014. And they got pissed. They're like, what do you want us to do? I'm like, change your misleading branding?
Straight up. Stop lying.
One of my
and you're like, no, I like that the first time I saw it when it was called blah blah blah.
I like
one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Amen.
Oh my God, movie. He is my cousin.
He takes the day off to fuck his girlfriend, hang out with his best friend,
who's dying
eat at a fancy restaurant
for free,
and then destroy a Ferrari.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I love.
I fucking love this guy.
Dude, meet our new co-host. This is our new co-host right here, Sparta Frog.
we gotta.
Bro, this just happened live on stream, guys.
Are you
This
serious?
is Brad's little brother.
This is gonna.
Well, hey,
Eugene, we appreciate you so much. Sparta, I think Sparta came to play you off. We've been keeping you for so long, but you have a forever invite to our show. Forever invite. And thank you.
Can't hear you over Sparta Frog.
Sorry,
Sparta Frog, you're ruining everything.
You ruined it.
You're ruining everything, like your parents' marriage.
Your parents broke up because of
No. He's got to stick around.
You're the reason for their divorce.
Yeah, they normally, they say don't blame yourself, but in your case, you probably should.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for. That's Brad's little brother.
Yeah,
Sparta, don't leave. You're our new co-host, Sparta. So don't you go anywhere. Eugene, dude, thank you so much. Honestly, everyone go follow Eugene and make sure you up his notification bell. I always forget to remind everyone of this in the show while I'm saying it. Go hit my notification bell. Ring that bell. Hit everyone's because Twitter is broken and it doesn't show us the tweets of our friends. And I consider you guys friends, so I'm going to do the same on all y'all. And pretty soon it'll just let you notify me just for spaces. So if you don't want to see my tweets, but for right now, just all tweets. So same thing with Eugene, same thing with Brad. Maybe
I'm gonna correct that and say take a look at my stuff, and if you vibe with it, then follow.
There we go. And if you really vibe with it, then
get a room.
Hit a notification bell.
Yeah. My DMs are always open. You guys have a wonderful night.
Dude, thank you so much for sharing some amazing information, Eugene. Expert advice.
And grab the NFT at the top.
Grab that NFT at the top, guys. If you see it, he still has 260 of these free NFT glitch heads. Tag 2 friends, retweet and fill out the form. He'll be airdropping them first come, first serve, right up there. For those of you re-listening, they might already be gone, but if they're still there, head up there and grab them.
Got 140 left.
Oh shit!
They're probably going to be sold out, but still grab it anyway.
What?
Do you have any NFTs you wanna throw up there, Abel?
Yeah, Abel. So
I think I put back a couple. 5. I have 5 music.
Eugene, we appreciate you, brother.
Now, EP. I also have a Google form. So after you fill out Brad's for his free one, come and spend your money on mine, and sign up for an album.
I don't have any free ones out.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, Eugene's free one. Then come spend your money on mine. Sign up. You get 5 for the cost of 3. So it is a deal because it's pre-sign up. And they're all individual music NFTs that will be dropped. Then once you've done that, you've signed up. You can also go ads and spend the rest of your money over there on him. Woo! So I think that would be my plan for tonight.
And if you have anything other money, you can buy me a coffee.
Yeah, exactly. And then buy a couple while you're at it. Give Christiano one or two of the extra ones.
Yeah, just buy some NFTs and give them to me. I will be paid in NFTs. You don't have to give me real money.
I know you. See, you would be very good friends with that person if they gave you an NFT. I know that because
that's what I'm saying.
You are an appreciative person.
I'll hold on for your life too.
All jokes aside, Abel, are you going to pick up one of those NFTs for the shoes?
I don't know because it's on wax.
Yes.
Okay, so I'd have to get a new wallet.
A Wombat wallet. Wallet. So it's in the App Store, and then you just activate the wax wallet within it.
Whoa! Can I interrupt for a second? No. I have a garbage pail kit on the wax blockchain.
Nice. Oh, okay, good. So there's another
wax.
One less person I got on board. So yeah.
And Abel, you should talk to Brad offline about.
I don't know. Wax did it kind of weird,
Abel, talk to Brad offline after this about doing the visuals for. He has a nightclub that he's building. And I'm sure you could crush it with the visuals in there and
Oh, that would be incredible.
Wax went like super
He's got 5
private,
different levels.
You can't get wax NFTs on OpenSea. They try to do their own private thing. they try to like, I don't know, monopolize or
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm with Sparta because it's very difficult for me in my plan to just, add that in. Like it's like, oh, now I got to go on board and remember something and stash it away with my other seed phrases. Like it's like, ooh.
And you're focusing more on Ethereum NFTs?
And no seed phrases.
Polygon,
Seed phrases.
Ethereum,
Polygon, Ethereum, yes.
as you know.
But there's no seed phrases though with the Wombat wallet. Don't need them. Don't need them. It's like 4 fucking knots in there.
I will. I'm gonna investigate it, but in that.
Awesome. And if you have any questions, man, please feel free.
Yeah, because I have to, just
always
be.
remember, we're super butt ass early. We are super butt ass early.
That's true. Abel, what were you saying, Abel?
We are super butt ass. Everything's gonna be cross chain soon
Sparta,
enough.
I hear you. I just wanted to hear let Abel finish because you got to go.
What? I was just gonna say that I am gonna investigate it, and I'm excited about it because it's actually the first NFT that I've seen on Wax that like makes me kind of like, oh, let me go check this out.
Nice! You've heard it here, folks. I'm worth checking out.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So
Brad is onboarding people to Wax.
And I think that, honestly, in the NFT space, that's as good as it gets, man. Because all we want is for people to go and check out what we're doing and try to learn more about it. Because I can guarantee you that every single project is just the tip of the iceberg, right?
The tip. That's what she
just
said.
the tip.
Just for a second.
ICC iceberg is a big iceberg that's coming. But it's like we some of them if you research it and you don't feel it, then don't even participate and just go find another one, because there's many and there's very real things out here. Obviously, we've learned through the conversation.
Right. Plus, that gut won't do you wrong. You know what I mean? Like every single time I'm about to mint, and then
quality projects, projects with a quality community.
He's my retarded brother.
Quality projects with a quality community that fucking build, baby.
Straight up. Every time my gut has ever been like, hey, maybe you shouldn't, it's always been right. And it always turns out to be an epic rug.
Yeah, I could walk him around with a helmet, I think he wears a helmet, because he's accidental prone or something.
I like how his Pepe is kind of like wall-eyed.
I know, I love him. I fucking love this guy. Hey, buddy, we're definitely gonna talk offline.
Yeah, you're the guest after Abel leaves. Don't worry, Sparta.
I think you should come up.
I'm
do a whole hour with you.
I'm turning 42 years old, and I've been retired for the last year.
Perfect.
Oh man, I'm. That sounds great. I'm 40, and I can't wait to get on your program.
Me too.
It's Freedom 42.
Freedom 42.
Freedom 42.
That sounds great, man. I can totally do this for 2 more years, and then we'll be good to go.
But check it out. I traded 8 hours a day for 24 hours a day.
Yeah, straight up, right? I never sleep now. It's like I would have been better at a day job and getting some good sleep.
Okay. Let's wrap this up. Otherwise, Buddy's gonna keep it there.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah.
Well, I want to let Abel go because he said you have to run, right?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah. I do. I need to.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Abel, come back anytime, man. And I'll hit you up about the whole good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be around, and I appreciate you guys and everybody who's been here and listened and taking the time to, chat and joke around and learn some good stuff, because I think you do, you get a different perspective from loosening up like that, like it's like we're all taking shots at the bar or something like that.
That's what this stream is. This stream is like your after hours, and it's like the night shift. We do like no work talk, and this is like some work talk, some loosening up. You know what I mean? It's like the walk to the bar.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys squeeze the truth out of me, so I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Well, you're a tough nut to crack, but I'm happy we got you opening up, Abel.
All right, cool, man. I'll see you guys soon.
Appreciate you, man. Come back anytime, brother.
Much appreciated.
We'll chat to you, Abel.
It's funny that he said going in the club, because the next song on my track or my phone here is.
You see, Sparta, this is your older brother, Brad. We're both green. He's usually the one blowing the doors off us. We were trying to be respectful to our guests. So.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it was kind of funny.
You two
that was
meet.
like the next one That was my next
Brad,
one.
I'm so excited for you to bring Sparta into the night shift, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, there's two of them now." Brad's found a way to duplicate his
I spent the
account.
whole day just fucking up spaces today.
Yeah, where's Brad been for a day?
All right,
He's been
check this one
cloning
out. Check
himself.
this one out. This
Oh
one,
god.
this
Oh
one
god.
fucking rocks hard.
You have
man.
a Padawan. This is your Padawan.
Is that Saved by the Bell? No.
You wanna rock?
This is a theme song to a TV show, is it not?
That's Ozzy Osbourne.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Anyway.
Does his sound come in as loud and as fucked up as mine? I don't think
Nothing's
so.
as fucked up as you, Brad.
Yeah, that's it. Don't worry, Sparta.
I wanted to also.
I will teach you the ways of
He
playing
will teach
music
you
into spaces.
how to play it so loud that people
It
have
will
to turn their
just
phone
blow
down.
the doors off of shit.
And if
It'll
they have
blow
headphones
the
on?
windows
No,
up.
I found that. I actually found that poetry. Did you listen to the lyrics?
Of course.
I did no such thing.
Listen to the lyrics. It's very disturbing. If I cut off your arms and I cut off your legs, would you still love me? Anyway.
I think the answer is yes.
Wound. Those are mere flesh wounds.
'Tis but a flesh wound. I'll bite your legs off.
Mere flesh wound.
Yeah.
That's the Misfits.
Come back here, I will bite you.
That's the Misfits, but it was with Doyle.
Oh, Misfits.
It was with Doyle. It wasn't with Danzig, but Doyle went pretty hardcore on that. I'll give him props.
Okay, that was dope. I want to acknowledge Streamcatcher as well. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yes. Hey man, how's it going?
He was
good, man. Having a good show.
He was waiting for the dick and fart jokes.
I know we're here for the dick and fart jokes. This is the dick and fart joke section of the show.
Yeah, I'm with Stream Queen now, so I gotta be nice.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. You guys said dick and fart jokes. I gotta run a bit by you guys. I've been working on.
Yes, please. Expert advice.
Okay, we
do comedy advice,
and we're wrapping up the show, right?
Yeah.
Brad's always trying to end this show.
I've been up for fucking 48 hours.
I know. I'm trying to keep Brad up as long as possible so that he goes insane and gets loopy.
All right,
otherwise
it's a 3 minute. It's a 3 minute bit. It's a 3 minute.
No.
I want some feedback.
No. We're gonna do this on the next show. Actually, I think you should save the highlight for the next show to give you a bigger start and you can last longer. It's kind of like Viagra.
Do you want to open the show with it tomorrow?
Yeah, open the show with it.
Same time. Sparta, are you available tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific?
I'm 24. I'm 24/7, man.
Perfect. He is my fucking brother. I swear.
Yeah.
God,
so
man.
we come back. We go every day 4 p.m. Pacific time. Why don't we open the show with that, and then I'll check what other guests we have right now. Let's see if it's anyone.
You guys would love it, man.
Yes.
I'm dying. I'm working on it so much, man. I love it.
One more day, and actually, you know what? We are gonna chat later, like tonight later. I promise you that, and we can go over it. So just not right now because I really.
So tomorrow we have a Sovereign and we have a fashion designer. So the Sovereign will be down with the jokes, but I don't know if the fashion designer is. But we're going to convert him to our sense of humor one by one.
Nice.
Hit me up, man. As soon as the sun goes down, I got to take off.
Perfect, Sparta.
Perfect.
You rock with it. Amazing chimps, Streamcatcher. Anything you guys want to say before we end the show? And Brad, can you pull up Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? Do you have music?
Really, we're gonna do Mr. Rogers after all the fucking up and shit that I've done today. I think we're gonna do something different today.
Well, I just wanted to say your MO.
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm planning on stalking Eugene.
Trolling, stalking.
Right? Isn't he freaking crazy talented?
Stalking is the term.
I mean, he speaks for a living, so you're allowed to stalk him. He's living out there in public.
No, I want to get a couple of answers if I can out of him about some AR stuff.
I know.
Because that one guy interrupted me with a bunch of whatever that was.
I know. I want to invite Luke DeLeo up to say what's up as well and just say hi.
Who's that?
You don't have to. No, Luke DeLeo. You don't have to say hi if you don't want to.
Who interrupted the stream?
Oh, no. Who was interrupting? No, you said someone was interrupting Eugene.
No, stream.
I asked Eugene a question. He started answering it, and then played some kind of whatever that was.
Oh, Sparta. Nice.
That would be Sparta.
That was nice. Yeah. Okay. But
which question didn't get answered? Stream.
That was some hardcore shit. It's called
about printing about printing a book and using AR targets and what best to use.
Oh yeah, about which software? Well, he kind of answered it, but he was saying there's a bunch of them out there. I mean, I use Adobe Aero.
Well, I know there's a bunch of them out there.
But then
I'm saying that's what he said. Of them pretty much.
He said there's a bunch of them, and then he kind of went off into Snapchat and was like, "Yeah, my friends use
Snapchat." Then it kind of got interrupted by a DJ.
So maybe
we'll reach out to him and get the specific answer for you. I think that's fair. Yeah, we will do that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And
cool.
and you can do the same if he doesn't reply, but I'm gonna respond to him anyway because I have that question too because I'm using Adobe Aero, but it can't be like the best one. You know what I mean? There's got to be other ones.
I'm pretty good at getting the answers I need out of whoever I need them out of.
Oh yeah, you must be Italian like me and Brad.
I'm just alpha.
Just an alpha.
Oh.
He's an alpha with the alpha.
Oh, he should have been here for the.
Brad,
how do you get confidence? This guy's like ultra confidence. Captain
how do you get
confidence?
Yeah.
Captain
how do you get confidence? You don't give a rat's ass what people think about you, and you just keep going forward.
So Marie, you hear that? So Marie went in the cab yesterday, and the cab driver asked us that. So Marie, if you go back in that cab, go tell him that.
Yeah. No, I know, but I was being.
I said something similar. I said tuck your asshole. I said tuck your tailbone, and then it'll cause your shoulders to drop back.
I sell confidence for $20.
He sells it for $20.
I sell confidence for $20.
Confidence in a bag.
You send me $20 fucking bucks, you're gonna get the best confidence in your life.
It comes in the form of whiskey.
He's a confidence man.
Yeah.
You can say I'm a confidence man.
Baby. I give you so much confidence you won't fucking believe it.
Sparta's got a bridge to sell everyone. Sparta's like, yo, baby, you want to buy this bridge? Come here.
Get the fuck!
Get over here.
I got confidence on
this guy's got confidence to spare.
On discount. I got confidence on discount.
He's buying confidence in bulk. Yeah.
I'm giving deals. I'm giving deals over here.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
He's giving deals. Well, Sparta's my new favorite guest host. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And Streamcatcher, thank you for coming in and dropping your comedy and your amazing knowledge and just being here and being awesome, dude. Like, Marie, thank you for coming and listening as always. Metaverse Radio, whatever the hell that is.
Oh no, I asked him. He's going to be a guest on
kidding.
the show there. Yeah, I've checked him out. He's got some crazy shit.
You said he's cool?
Yeah, very much.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
love you, Metaverse Radio.
Obviously, ultra cool. The epitome and definition in the Webster Dictionary of cool is CFP.
I want to be on Metaverse Radio. Are we on Metaverse Radio right now?
Possibly. Maybe.
Oh my God.
Not really.
I'm so confused. Are we in the Metaverse right now? Am I a Metaverse, Brad?
No.
Am I a Metaverse? I'm pretty sure Eugene said I'm a Metaverse.
We could study that.
I am the walrus.
You are the walrus. Yes.
I am the Metaverse. Crystal, what's up? Thank you for being the best, and thank you for holding everything down. And everyone, come join us in the night shift. CFP, Crystal, and Jeremy host that. So if you see us at like 7:30 Pacific time, 7 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Pacific time. Specifically, yes, 7 o'clock Pacific time. You follow my face, and it'll have a purple ring around it, and then just tap my face at 7 o'clock. Tap my face. That's the easiest way to get there. You know, or just hit Crystal or CFP and hit their notifications. Turn them on, or turn on mine because I'll be retweeting it. And also go follow Luke DeLeo. He's the bomb. He has the best music around. One of the best producers and singers and everything. And
don't follow me. I don't want anything to do with you.
Bro,
he's stealing my shit.
Owl.
He's fucking stealing my stuff.
At Sparta Owl. Go follow at Sparta Owl and turn on his notifications.
No, don't do any of that.
Don't turn on his notifications.
This guy is the bro.
He's
I'm
stealing
the
my
boat.
material.
He just called me the boat, Brad. That's it. You just coined a new term. You just said we have a problem with goats.
He's saying everything that
Brad, he's writing you right now, okay? He just gave you a new term.
I'm trying
Instead of the greatest of all time, it's the best of all time.
The greatest form of flattery is
Brad, instead of the dude said you're the boat. You didn't instead of the goat. He's the best of all time.
I already said I love this guy. He's
my
brilliant
brother. He's my
bro. We the boat. You the boat.
Smart.
You the boat.
Got it on the fucking
I love it. Because Brad was saying yesterday, he was like, I don't like this term goat that we're using. It makes me think of a real goat. So now we have a solution. One day later, Brad. Web3 works fast, bro. Web3 we build fast. One day later we got a
He
solution.
was there.
Best of all
The
time.
best of all time. Boat.
That's the boat. That's the boat.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Won't you ever forget? Right?
Just
Fuck it.
fucking get through this.
And we're recording.
I'm on a boat
and we're recording.
his last
Swear to
name.
God. And the fucking
I got a
summary.
theme. Pass me the Afghan.
Summarize.
You got to play that, Mr. Rogers. Do you have any music for me?
Well, okay. You want the Mr. Rogers thing? I'll get you.
I do.
Okay. All right.
It's the only thing that enables me to go to sleep after this show.
Okay. But did anybody ever steal your shoes from your Mr. Rogers neighborhood?
My shoes? That's Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
That's
Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. Won't you be mine?
Well,
that's Mr. Robinson's neighborhood from Saturday Night Live, Eddie Murphy. And if you haven't seen it, go look at Mr. Robinson's. B-O-A-T.
Okay, here we go.
Go just sounds kind of bestiality. But a boat.
Dear Lord. Okay, dude.
But a boat's on the water,
It's all about
baby.
the boat. Brad, this is how the rest of us feel with you, okay?
No.
Welcome. This is how the other half
I
lives.
would let this go if I wasn't on a 48-hour trip here. I would totally let this go. In fact, I would continue and help
This
him
is your
fuck up the
understudy,
show.
Brad. I called you an understudy because you were sleepy. You were sleepy, so we got an understudy. So you better, you know, better not miss a day or Sparta's gonna come in.
Otherwise, if I had the rest, I would be joining Sparta and continually to fuck up our space. But right now, I'm really fucking tired.
I know.
We're the boat, baby.
We're the boat forever. We're the boat forever. All right, give me play us out. Play us out. Let's do it live.
Sparta, seriously though, please don't fuck this part up because it is
I won't.
Sparta.
I'll toggle the mute button.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. But out of respect, Sparta, please.
Sparta's got it.
Okay,
This is our closing bit. Let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, kids. So what did we learn today? Well, today we learned that we're a bunch of boats, not goats, but boats. We learned that Eugene is the OG and has been building 3D metaverses or did I use it wrong? Fuck! Damn it! I did it wrong! Alright, Eugene's been building 3D virtual worlds and experiences. We learned that I'm a metaverse, you're a metaverse, and Brad's a metaverse. But a metaverse and what you call a metaverse is not a metaverse. We learned that Abel is brilliant and ran away from home as a child and got his own job as a dishwasher and made a career for himself. And he's pretty much the OG. And he started making music on a piece of 90s equipment. We learned that Brad can go 36 hours before becoming a cranky little bitch. What else did we learn? We learned that... Oh, Donald's here. Hi, Donald. We learned that everyone can be a metaverse if you try hard enough. So, let's have a good time in this neighborhood, Brad. Anything else we missed?
No.
Would you be mine?
Could you I will be your neighbor. And
won't you be my neighbor?
The most fun. I'm meeting a new family member, Sparta, and Eugenius was just absolutely phenomenal. And same as Abel, best things to happen to our space. Oh shit! Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is the out song. This is my theme song.
Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.